Freedom's the answer. What's the question? You're listening to Ernest Hancock.
Stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Stop me now. If you want to have a good time, just give me a call. Stop me.
Hello, I'm taking my medicine here on Declare You're Independent. You know what? It's carrot juice, apple juice, and a little bit of green cacao. And I spilled it on me. And that's one thing I got to run, get some water on it because carrot juice makes a stain, man. My wife's going to be mad at me for that one. So this is medicine. I mean, we got to get ready. And I tell you, there's no better medicine than good nutrition. And I really encourage this. And this is what we're doing. Excuse me. I get emails. They quit clearing your throat in the microphone, Ernie. Damn it. I got to push the cough button. Now, what happens is, we are starting to get prepared. I know a lot of the audience, they're also in this mindset, trying to get small and all that kind of stuff. And over the years, we've expanded. I mean, just our footprint. Freedom's Phoenix Workshop is, it's a going concern. We got a lot of stuff. Can we consolidate it down and make it mobile? Okay, we're working on that. Can we reduce our costs? We have this facility, and of course, so we have my home that I live here in Phoenix. And what we're going to do is we're going to move up to, it's still in the city of Phoenix. There's a small area from back in the day. They irrigate. They have 1-2 acre little farms, they have horse privileges and so on in North Phoenix. Now, all around it, you got malls and everything. I mean, if you don't know it's there, you go, wow, man, where'd this come from? And I've always liked this place. And it's been part of Phoenix for a long time. And because of the real estate crunch, all of a sudden it's getting down to where, will you please live in our place? So somebody doesn't take all the copper. I mean, so we found an opportunity that we can reduce our cost and have a better facility with land. So we can reduce our cost of all the things that we do here by about a third. So we're going, all right, cool, done. We just got it done. We signed it. It's done. By the end of January, we will be moved into there. Now, we extended the lease here on this place until the end of February. So we got a buffer. We got plenty of time, and we'll make the transition, try and keep, the show. We won't have too much interruptions because we have a remote. It's called a Comrex Access that we can go out on the Lone Prairie, and it has all the goodies. And in fact, we're going to be putting that into, hopefully, an RV. This is the plan. If you know what's coming, if you know the mindset behind the people that, want to be our rulers and what length they'll go to maintain being our rulers, a continuation of government. That's their main thing. Keep the Titanic afloat. And the people drown, whatever. When it goes down, we'll just call it another boat. We'll get another one. Heck, we'll build our society on the iceberg. And the people, if you freeze, well, it's just too bad. So this mindset has been around for a long time. Those that started to coin the phrase, the New World Order, the good guys and the bad guys, they are of the mindset that the main thing is the elite stay in charge. Elite, they, them, those. I've understood this from a young age, as a young activist, to the mindset. Because when I went to Washington, it was in 1989-90. And I went in the halls of. It's a long story how I wound up there. I was just pulling a thread on economic stuff for my father's company. And I wound up meeting with a guy named Jack Cremines. I can't believe I remember that name. Jack Cremines was head of the National Trade Data Bank. And it was the beginning of the Cyberman, And we knew that this was going to be, they were going to track everything. Well, this law that they had that gave them the power to do all this and the money and the resources, what it did is it had a consulting group, and it didn't include the Small Business Administration or, the people that would help, the excuse that they gave for having this, to build business and economically viable and exports and yada, yada, yada. Well, as a young man, I'm going, well, how come the Small Business Administration isn't in there? I mean, before I was libertarian, nothing should have been in there. But, I'm going, what are they doing? Well, this was it. It was Department of Defense. And they even mentioned the NSA. Before this, they'd never even admit there was an NSA. National Security Agency or administrator, whatever it is. NSA, what's that? I mean, this is, and I started seeing this, like, I just thought everybody knew because I read this legislation. Later I would find, I go, well, I know it's there. It's in this law, and that was passed in 88. Well, they had the CIA. They had military intelligence, naval this, blah, 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 blah. And I started pulling the threads on this, and because a state U.S. senator here, DeConcini, was supportive because the Republicans were in the White House, it was Bush, so they're just, yeah, go get them. They were setting me up to go get in trouble, I guess, and I was a young kid, didn't know any better. I'm in Washington, D.C. between Christmas and New Year's, and I think it was 89. And I'm sitting in the office of this guy, and I go, look, all I want is what the duties are for my father to export his product into Europe. I just want to know where the lowest duty is. Is it, I go to the Netherlands, I go to Italy, I go to Spain, Portugal. I mean, it's just like going to Georgia or North Carolina or Florida. I just want to know where, because it varied greatly. Where do I get this information? Well, the law was, they were the ones that were supposed to supply this. They just started making CD-ROMs back then. Hitachi gave me a CD-ROM reader to do it. Tandy gave us a computer that would interface with it. We did a demonstration at Senator DeConcini's office for the Arizona State Department of Commerce. I went through all the boxes you check. I went through the government. That's what they're supposed to be doing. Well, this young kid, you naive, stupid kid, you don't know what the heck was really going on. We just use all this as an excuse to get jurisdiction, to get the money, to have the program. It's not really about you, it's about us. Oh, so all that freedom stuff and they are teaching us in junior high, that's all crap. Okay, I get it. So as we were doing this, I meet with this gentleman, and I go, look, I see what you're doing. It was this New World Order thing. And this is right when you got Daddy Bush, comes out, a New World Order. Well, I understood what he meant. I saw it in legislation. So when I met with this gentleman, all my research, there was a stack of papers probably 5 inches high. And I go, look, I know what you're doing. I just want to have access to this information. And you're not providing it. It's like you're preventing the people from getting this, which was the excuse you had for passing this legislation. Now, my brother-in-law was with me. At the time, he was like, I think, a junior at Penn State. Now, he's one of the bond raiders at Moody's. So he was sitting right there with me, and they came in during the holidays between Christmas and New Year's just to meet with me because the fax came from Senator DeConcini's office, and they just, that's how you get meetings. So we go in there, and he looked at me, and he pushed it back to me, and he said, yeah, kid, and what are you going to do about it? Oh, such a relief to me. For the first time, I had somebody high up. He was head of the National Trade Data Bank. Now, this is before the internet even became a common awareness of people. This is into 1989-90. The reason we knew what was going to happen is because the West Germans at the time had a thing called Business Datenbanken. And they were already using the internet in such a way that you could do commerce. Well, I could see what was coming. And they were going, yeah, kid, and what are you going to do about it? And what'd I say? I don't know. What can one person do? I'll let you know. And I did. We'll talk about it more when we come back.